Welcome back in. Well, we know you love our gardening segments. Many of you sending in your questions every week. So we often get questions about pruning, though. But our plants might not be the only thing needing pruning. That is leadership expert Pete Blank. Of course, you know him. He joins us now and says you should be focusing on pruning your life. So, Pete, let's just start with this for those who don't know what pruning is.
Right.
What is pruning?
Pruning is just taking a little bit back at a time.
Yeah.
So pruning is all about, encouraging healthy growth. So when you prune your roses, prune your bushes, prune your shrubs, it's not just to cut, it's to encourage other stuff to grow. So it's a neat metaphor for us in our lives of, pruning stuff out of our lives as well.
Next is time, with the plants, of course, in the season, there's a certain time to prune.
Right.
For us, when do you think it's a good time to start pruning things out of your life?
Well, it depends on how busy you are and how much stress you have in your life. Like, if I've got a really good friend and they're having some issues and I'm like, I need to cut back spending time with you, it's probably not a good time to prune them out of my life because they're going through some struggles. So I need to look at how much is on my plate, how much is on your plate, how much is on their plate, because there's times when we get so busy and so stressed, we want to just cut everything out of our lives. But we want to look at how it's going to affect others around us. And a lot of times we get asked to do things like, hey, do you mind volunteering to coach this little league team? Do you mind leading a Bible study? And so those are the things we want to prune sometimes and kind of cut back when the time is right.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The timing is kind of hard because sometimes you just may be in a time in your life where this high stress may not be permanent, but it's just for that moment in your life. You need to. So can you temporarily cut things out of your life? And what about the amount to prune your life or prune plants?
Toi, this is the fight my wife and I always have, which is with our crepe myrtles. I'm a crepe murder kind of guy, which is I want to take them all the way down and let the little shoots. And she's like, don't do that. That's too much. That's too much. You have to leave the trees up and sort of like that. So there can be pruning too much out of your life because maybe you go to this, Toi, you say, I got too much stress. I'm not going to volunteer for anything, talk to anybody. I'm not going to get involved in the community. I'm just out. Well, that may be too much pruning. You need to do it a little bit at a time, get the right amount, so that you're not cutting everything out of your life at once. You need to do small amounts.
Yeah, and then just talking about that stress, of course, stress really kind of pushes you to that point. I think pruning is really a good answer for folks really going through a lot of stress.
Exactly. Well, you have to ask why you're pruning stuff out of your life. Is it because you've got a lot going on? Is it because you're going on a long vacation? Is it because you have a new job? So you see the first bullet point there, ask yourself why. Yeah, that's a great way to sort of kind of think about this, is if you're going to eliminate things from your life, why am I doing it? And is there a benefit to me, my family, my friends as we do that?
All right, pruning those plants, and we're pruning our lives. Thank you so much. That's our leadership expert, Pete Blank. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, thank you. It's good to hang with you,
As
Toi.
always. I know,
Thanks, buddy. I know. I'm loving it.
All right, now Janet's in the kitchen. I smell it.